welcome to FPL Cheat Sheet Briefing, the podcast that trusts the algorithm.
Absolutely, because, you really can't survive the 2026-27 season on just gut feelings and vibes alone.
You really can't. But before we get into the heavy statistical demolition we have planned for today, I need to remind you to join the official FPL Cheat Sheet Free Prize Mini League.
Yes, definitely do that.
The code is AM2IKL. Again, that is AM2IKL. And there's an auto-join link sitting right there in the video description for you.
Super easy to just click and join.
Exactly. And make sure you follow us on X and Facebook and subscribe on YouTube and Spotify so you never miss a deep dive. We are constantly dropping new data-driven articles and FPL tips over at fplcheatsheet.com articles.
Yeah, the site is loaded right now. So what are we getting into today?
Right, so here's the mission. Today, we dive into the most exciting position in the game, forwards. From the 15.5 millions premium monster down to the 4.5 millions bench enablers.
Love it. And if you are watching the video version right now, you will see exactly what we are looking at to guide this analysis.
Yep, the screen is up.
Right, so we have the screen showing FPLCheatSheet.com players, specifically filtered on forwards, and we have it sorted with the highest price right at the very top.
And we should probably establish our ground rules for the new Premier League season right away.
Oh, absolutely. Look, we are completely ignoring preseason hype. I mean, we are ignoring what a player looked like in some meaningless friendly in July.
Yeah, that stuff is just noise.
Exactly. Our deep dive into the FPL cheat sheet data relies strictly on expected points, or XP, and expected start percentages, which we call xStart %.
That is the methodology.
It is cold, it is calculated, and, well, it's how you build a winning squad.
Okay, let's unpack this, because staring right at us at the absolute top of that sorted list is the Erling Haaland dilemma.
Yeah, the big man himself.
He is still at Man City, and the game has slapped him with a record-breaking price tag of 15.5 million. I mean, that is a massive 6.5 millions more than the next most expensive forward in the entire game.
It's just unprecedented.
It really is. We're talking about a single player taking up over 15% of your entire 100 million starting budget.
Right. But what's fascinating here is that the algorithm completely justifies that unprecedented price tag.
Really? Even at 15.5 millions?
Yeah. I mean, when you strip away the sticker shock and the emotion, Haaland has the highest expected points in the entire game.
Yeah.
We are talking about an average XP of greater than 6.5 every single game week.
Wow, greater than 6.5?
Yeah. And remember the wider context of this season, right? Mo Salah has left the Premier League to play in Turkey.
Oh, right. So the whole Salah versus Haaland thing is...
It's dead. That traditional premium debate that defined the last few years is just gone. Haaland stands completely alone at the summit of the data.
Okay, I get the data, but the budget dilemma is terrifying. If you pair Haaland at 15.5 millions with premium assets across the other lines...
Which a lot of people want to do.
Exactly. Say you want Bruno Fernandes in midfield at 12.0 millions and Gabriel anchoring your defense at 8.0 millions, that eats up 35.5 millions.
It's a huge chunk.
That is over 35% of your total budget on just 3 guys. That leaves you scraping the barrel for your remaining 12 slots. I mean, it's like buying a luxury mansion, but realizing you only have enough money left to eat instant noodles for the rest of the year.
That's a great analogy.
Is it actually worth bankrupting the rest of the squad? Surely spreading the funds to build a highly balanced elite squad across the board is statistically safer than putting all your FPL eggs into the Erling Haaland basket.
Yeah, in a vacuum, yeah. Building a balanced squad makes sense. But the problem with spreading the funds in FPL is that you are completely ignoring the captaincy lock and the mathematics of teams selected by percentage.
The TSB %.
Right. Haaland offers a permanent captaincy shield. His ownership is already sitting at over 70%.
Okay, but break that down for the listener. Why does high ownership mathematically force my hand? If he's so expensive, shouldn't I try to beat the crowd by betting against him?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you have to look at effective ownership. Because most of that 70% will not just own him, they will captain him.
Right, which doubles his points.
Exactly. That means his effective ownership will consistently sit around 140%. If you fade him, meaning you don't own him at all, and he scores a hat-trick, you actually lose massive ground in the overall rankings for every single goal he scores.
Because everyone else is doubling up.
Yes.
Yeah.
The vast majority of the game is earning double points on those goals while you earn 0. Going without him is a massive, massive rank risk.
So the algorithm just sees him as a necessity.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The algorithm views Haaland not just as a player, but as an insurance policy against rank destruction. If you don't hold the policy and he hauls, your season is practically on life support before September.
Oof. It's a terrifying reality, but you make a compelling algorithmic case. You just have to buy the insurance policy.
You really do.
But look, if we are locking in this 15.5 millions financial black hole, we need to artificially recreate premium points in the mid-tiers. We desperately need value replacement.
Absolutely.
We can't just buy worse players. We need players whose tactical deployment mimics a premium asset, but at a fraction of the cost. So let's scroll down and look at the 8.0 millions to 9.0 millions tier.
Yeah, and this is exactly where the decisions get incredibly tricky. Because, the names look fantastic on paper, but the underlying tactical data tells a very different story.
Right. So we have two massive contenders here that everyone is talking about. We have Alexander Isak at 9.0 millions, now playing for Liverpool, and Ollie Watkins at 8.0 millions for Aston Villa.
Two huge names.
Yeah, and I'm looking at Isak. He is fresh off playing in the World Cup for Sweden. He looks incredibly sharp, and he has a genuinely great opening fixture run. Newcastle away, Forest at home, Ipswich away.
Fixtures are great, sure.
Plus, his main competition for those striker minutes at Liverpool, Ekitike, is currently injured. How is Isak not the immediate lock here for value replacement?
This is where we have to trust the algorithm over the eye test narrative. Let's look at the tactical red flags driving his data down.
Okay, hit me.
Yes, Isak has high expected points, and his minutes look secure right now because of the Ekitike injury. But under Liverpool's new manager, Andoni Iraola, the system is fundamentally changed.
How so?
Well, Iraola utilizes a chaotic pressing system that distributes goal-scoring chances across the wingers rather than funneling everything to a traditional central number 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and furthermore, under Iraola, Isak does not take penalties. That massively caps his ceiling compared to his premium price.
Okay, yeah, no penalties, a huge blow. But what about Watkins at 8.0 millions? We know he is the focal point of the Villa attack.
Watkins has solid XP, but he faces a brutal Gameweek 2 fixture against Arsenal, which immediately dampens his short-term algorithmic projection.
Ah, the Arsenal defense.
Exactly. And just like Isak, the data suggests he might not be Aston Villa's primary penalty taker this season. When you are spending 8.0 millions or 9.0 millions to offset the cost of Haaland, you absolutely need penalty duties to guarantee those easy points. You need high probability, low effort returns.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because if we are fading highly proven Premier League assets like Isak and Watkins, who on earth is the data darling of this bracket?
The true algorithmic standout here is Igor Thiago at 8.0 millions for Brentford.
Wait, Igor Thiago. You are telling me the algorithm favors a Brentford striker over Liverpool's number 9 with a great fixture run. Why? Break the tactical system down for me, because that feels counterintuitive.
It does feel that way, but it comes down to how the tactical system perfectly aligns with the statistical package. Thiago boasts a fantastic average XP of nearly 5.0.
That's massive!
It is. Look at how Brentford plays under Thomas Frank. They operate a highly direct transition offense. When they win the ball, they do not slowly build out from the back. They launch it into space, specifically designed for their center forward.
Right.
Thiago is the ultimate beneficiary of that system. Furthermore, he has an amazing run of fixtures to start the season. Spurs at home, Leeds away, Sunderland at home, Bournemouth away.
Okay, those are incredible fixtures.
And more importantly, he is a nailed-on starter. His xStart percent is practically 100%. A&D, crucially, he takes penalties.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, you are getting the unquestioned focal point of an aggressive attacking team, guaranteed 90 minutes and spot kicks, all for 8.0 millions. He fundamentally outscores Isak in expected value simply because the tactical system is designed to feed him, whereas Liverpool's system expects Isak to facilitate others.
So Thiago basically offers premium structural output for a mid-tier price. That is exactly the kind of value replacement we need.
Exactly.
And that cleanly bridges the conceptual gap to the highly contested 7.0 millions to 7.5 millions bracket. We are looking for absolute nailed-on security here. And looking at the list, there is a very obvious standout pick, João Pedro at Chelsea for 7.5 millions.
The algorithm immediately validates him. He is the standout pick of the mid-price forwards.
I mean, he looks locked in.
Yeah, you have a nailed starter. His ownership is already over 50%, and he has an incredibly high XP of around 4.59. It is a fully justified template pick.
And the tactics suit him.
Perfectly. The tactical setup at Chelsea heavily isolates him in the box, and he commands the penalty duties. You do not need to overthink this one. Just plug João Pedro in and enjoy the returns.
Okay, I won't overthink João Pedro. But right next to him at 7.5 million, I see two massive names for Arsenal, Viktor Gyökeres and Kai Havertz. I'm going to push back on you here.
Go for it.
Arsenal scored 90 goals last season. Their attack is incredibly potent.
Yeah.
Should we not be doubling up on Arsenal's attack? Gyökeres is a machine. I would much rather have 60 minutes of a lethal striker like Gyökeres playing in Arsenal's high-octane system than 90 minutes of a mid-table striker.
I completely understand the temptation, but if we connect this to the bigger picture, it becomes a textbook FPL trap.
A trap? Really?
Yes, it is true. Both Gyökeres and Havertz have an XP over 4.0, which is statistically excellent. The problem is the xStart percent. You are severely underestimating how detrimental minute dilution is to your FPL rank. They completely cannibalize each other's minutes under Mikel Arteta.
But surely Arteta has a preferred starter.
He doesn't, and that is the issue. Arteta uses a hot hand approach, very much like a basketball coach, rotating players based on the specific defensive matchups on any given weekend.
Oh, the pep roulette, but Arteta style.
Exactly. You are looking at a massive rotation risk every single match. In FPL, minutes are the ultimate multiplier for expected points. A 4.0 XP is totally useless if the player only sees the pitch for a 12-minute cameo at the end of the game.
Makes sense.
The algorithmic recommendation is a hard pass on both of these forwards. Remember, you only get 3 coveted Arsenal slots in your entire squad. You need to save those for goalkeepers, defenders, or midfielders, where the tactical minutes are much more secure and the expected points are not diluted by Arteta's relentless rotation.
That actually makes perfect mathematical sense. You cannot spend 7.5 million on a rotational headache when you need absolute certainty to support the rest of your squad. Just to round out the rest of the guys sitting at 7.0 million, we should briefly touch on Benjamin Rico at Man Ud. He currently has a minor injury, so I'm assuming the algorithm says pass on him for Gameweek 1.
Yeah, injury risk is an immediate algorithmic pass.
Right, and Omar Marmoush, who is now at Man City, has been reclassified as a forward. He was a great midfield asset last year, but now
he competes directly with Erling Haaland for the center forward role. His xStart percent is brutally low because the system simply cannot accommodate both of them on the pick simultaneously. It is an immediate ignore.
Okay, so if you want a nailed starter to pair with Haaland, but you need to dig even deeper into the bargain bins to afford a balanced premium midfield, we have to look at the 6.0 million to 6.5 million tier.
This is where you find the danger zone.
There are a lot of wait-and-see options here, but I have my eye on Jean-Philippe Mateta at 6.5 million for Crystal Palace. He has a great XP of 4.42, and he takes penalties. I am telling you right now, I am locking him in. That is massive value.
I have to stop you right there, because the algorithm sees a massive blind spot that you are missing.
Uh-oh. What did I miss?
It is the context of the squad dynamics. The recent arrival of Strand Larsen at Palace completely disrupts Mateta's appeal.
How so? Surely they can play together.
Tactically, their heat maps clash. Strand Larsen is a classic target man who occupies the exact same half spaces that Mateta likes to operate in.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and because of this redundancy, the data projects Mateta's xStart percent dropping to a highly risky 40%. The algorithm hates uncertainty, and a 40% expected start rate is simply too low to trust for Gameweek 1.
So wait and see.
Exactly. You have to wait and see how the manager structures the attack to accommodate both of them, or if it becomes a pure rotation. And while we are looking at the 6.5 million Harson's price point, I want to firmly tell you to avoid Nicholas Jackson entirely.
No, Nicholas Jackson.
No. The underlying data is just not there. The xStart is not there. Stay far away.
Okay, so if Mateta's minutes are threatened by Larsen and Jackson is off the table entirely, who are the nailed picks in the 6.0 million bracket that I can actually rely on?
The safest structural pick here is Dominic Calvert-Lewin at Leeds for 6.0 million.
Good old DCL.
Yep. He has an average XP of around 4.0. He scored 140 points last season, and he is a guaranteed starter with roughly 25% ownership. He is the steady, reliable 90-minute engine in this price point.
But what if I want something a bit spicier? Say I want an early differential to make up ground on my mini-league rivals.
Then you need to look at Chris Wood at 6.0 million for Nottingham Forest. He has a high XP and faces Leeds in Game Week 1. The key here is to monitor his xStart percent closely over the next few days.
Watch those minutes.
Yeah, if his expected minutes rise before the Friday deadline, he has a massive differential sitting at under 2% ownership. Another absolutely fascinating option is Evanilson at Bournemouth, also 6.0 million as. He is a nail starter with a very healthy 3.73 XP.
Wait, Evanilson? But he plays Man City in Game Week 1. He is a mega differential with under 2% ownership purely because everyone in the game is terrified of that opening fixture. Are you suggesting we buy into a City fixture?
Exactly. This is where you have to look past a single 90-minute window.
Oh, long-term play.
Right. The underlying metrics suggest he is a fantastic long-term hold. You are not buying him just to haul against Man City in Game Week 1. You're buying him for the sustained expected points over the first 5 weeks. The algorithm looks at the aggregate value, not just the immediate obstacle.
Makes sense.
And lastly, in this reliable bracket, Brian Brobby at Sunderland for 6.0 million has a solid 3.0 XP, making him a highly reliable starting option if you need stability.
Now, I have to bring up a team we haven't touched on yet, the massive Newcastle boycott. Yoan Wissa is sitting right there at 6.0 million with a phenomenal 4.29 XP. That expected points number is screaming at me to pick him. If I need value, why on earth shouldn't I buy Wissa?
This raises an important question about how we interpret raw data versus squad context. Yes, Wissa's XP looks great in complete isolation, but an attacker does not exist in a vacuum.
Right.
He is currently recovering from an injury, and he faces severe minute competition from Ultimate and Osula. But more importantly, we have to look at the structural team dynamics. Newcastle has lost major stars like Anthony Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes, and Sandro Tonali.
So the midfield's gutted.
Exactly. The supply lines to the forwards are completely fractured. An attacker is only as good as the midfield supplying him the ball.
So the data is almost a mirage right now.
Yeah. Wissa might be making fantastic runs, but if there is no one left to play the progressive passes into the final third, his theoretical XP will never convert into actual goals. He's operating on an island. The algorithmic advice is crystal clear. Avoid Newcastle attacking assets entirely until they prove they can tactically function without their former playmakers.
That is a brilliant tactical breakdown. Expected points require actual service. So, if fitting Haaland and premium midfielders into your team means you cannot even afford a 6-point newer Maleo Edges player, we have to dip into the absolute lowest price tiers to find a starting third forward.
The true bargain bin.
We are talking about the 5 near millions to 5.5 millions budget enablers and the 4.5 millions absolute bench fodder. Scrolling down the screen to the 5.5 millions tier, I spot Ollie McBurnie at Hull City. I have to laugh. Wait, Hull City, the team we have been universally calling defensive punching bags all preseason. Are we really trusting their attack?
I know. It sounds completely counterintuitive to invest in a team poised for relegation struggles, but the data completely vindicates this pick.
Really? How?
Yes. Hull City will struggle this season. They will likely concede a massive amount of goals. But FPL points do not care about goal difference. Ollie McBurnie has a staggering estimated 3.30 XP. That is huge volume and value for a 5.5 millions player.
At 5.5 millions, that is incredible.
Right. At just 1.5% ownership, he is the ultimate budget forward for managers desperately needing cash to send Haaland. Because here is the statistical secret. He gets the attacking returns, regardless of how terribly the team performs defensively.
Oh, I see.
If Hull loses a match 4-1, but McBurnie scores the one consolation goal, you still get the massive FPL points. A bad team can still house a brilliant fantasy asset if the tactical volume is there and the price is right.
That is the chaotic beauty of fantasy football, isn't it? You can cheer for a Hull City consolation goal just as hard as a Man City masterclass. Are there any other honorable mentions down in the bargain basement that we should monitor?
Well, you could look at Haji Wright at Coventry for 5.5 million. He has around a 3.0 XP, but he faces severe minute competition from Thomas Asante and Sims, so the xStart percent is just too shaky to trust right now.
Got it. Anyone else?
Then you have Emerson at Ipswich, also 5.5 million, but we currently have insufficient underlying data on him since he just arrived from Toulouse, so that is a hard pass for now. The algorithm needs a larger sample size.
Okay, and finally, we hit the absolute bottom of the barrel, the 4.5 millions bench fodder. If you just need a warm body to sit third on your bench, to absolutely never play a single minute of Premier League football, but to mathematically enable you to afford Erling Haaland and Bruno Fernandes, you are looking at Walle Egeli at Ipswich for 4.5 millions. He won't get you points, but he gets you Haaland.
Exactly. At that price point, you have to shift your perspective. Walle Egeli is a financial instrument, not a football player, as far as your FPL squad is concerned. He exists purely to balance your spreadsheet.
Before we wrap up, we have spent a lot of time talking about balancing these ultra-cheap budget forwards like McBurnie to afford Haaland's astronomical price tag. But that brings up a really complex strategic layer that was introduced to the game recently.
It certainly does, and I want to leave you with a final thought to ponder before you lock in your Game Week 1 squad. Remember the new dual chip system that was introduced last year?
Oh, right, the 2 sets.
Yeah, you now have 2 complete sets of chips. Wildcard, free hit, bench boost, and triple captain. Crucially, the first set must be used before the new year. It is a strict use it or lose it rule.
So it changes the risk calculation completely.
It really does. Does this structural change mean you should aggressively risk starting a 5.5 million tires differential forward like McBurnie right now, knowing you have a massive safety net?
Because if it fails...
If the experiment fails, you can just wildcard or free hit your way out of trouble in Game Week 3 without sacrificing your second half season chips.
So what does this all mean for you? It means the strategic safety net is wider than it has ever been, and the algorithm is practically begging you to take calculated risks on those high XP budget guys to unlock the premium heavyweights. Don't forget, join the official FPL Cheat Sheet Free Prize Mini League using the code AM2IKL.
Get in there before the deadline.
Absolutely. Follow the show on X and Facebook, and make sure you subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. Finally, head over to fplcheatsheet.com and try the planner tool. You don't even need to enter a team ID to start generating optimal GW1 draft suggestions right away. If you want to build that luxury premium squad with Haaland at the helm, let the algorithm drop the blueprints.
No more spreadsheets, just cheat sheet.
No more spreadsheets, just cheat sheet.